Final Fantasy IX is a game filled with great characters who have fun and unique abilities and skills. But there's one character that stands out as maybe the most unique. Quina Quen is a blue mage, a type of mage that learns their spells from enemies. The way learning blue magic works is particularly interesting in FF9, because instead of seeing a particular enemy ability used, Quina just needs to eat the enemy once they have a quarter or less of their max HP. Quina makes a strong addition to any team, especially with access to spells like Auto Life, Frog Drop, and White Wind. But what if everyone was Quina? And I don't just mean visually. I mean, what if all the permanent party members were blue mages with the same stats, weapons, and abilities as Quina? I had this idea as a Quina enjoyer and a big fan of blue magic, but wasn't sure how to make it happen. That was when one of my Twitch mods, 8-Bit Missing No, said she thought she could make it possible through a mod, leading to the creation of the first ever All Quina mod of Final Fantasy IX, and we're about to start the first run of it. The way this works is that all permanent party members, Zidane, Garnet, Steiner, etc., not only look like Quina in battle, but wield forks, can learn blue magic, have the same stats as Quina, same trance, and in all ways are identical to Quina. Interestingly, they also learn blue magic separately, so they need to learn spells for themselves. We start off in the intro battle against Baku, and as you can see, Quidan is identical to Quina.
I'm stealing. This is our only opportunity. Quina might kill him. I just want to see if we get anything. We're not really getting stuff. Okay, never mind, we're getting things. A game full of stealing, and we aren't going to be able to steal anything the majority of the game. I tried stealing just for fun since the queues can't do that, and it could get us some nice stuff to sell. We were able to get the Mage Masher after a few tries and then take out Baku. After a lot of story, we're now in the Evil Forest, where our All Quina run truly begins. There is actually one blue spell available to learn here already, Goblin Punch, learned from, shockingly, goblins. However, an interesting property of Quina's wieldable weapon type, Forks, actually interferes with our ability to learn this spell here at this time. If you're not familiar with how the damage of the Forks is calculated in Final Fantasy IX, it's very similar to axes or hammers in many other Final Fantasy titles, where the damage variance is very high. The damage having such a high variance makes their physical damage output pretty random, which is one of the aspects that makes this run so interesting. With their starting weapon, just the regular fork, the minimum damage Quina can do to the goblin enemies is 11, even from the back row, since the back row doesn't half these final damage numbers for Quina so much as increase the likelihood Quina will get a low damage roll essentially. The next lowest damage Quina could do is 22, and unfortunately the goblin enemies have 33 HP, so no combination of 11 or 22 damage will get these goblins to the quarter HP needed to use Eat. So the only way of getting this spell early would be to let enemies damage Quina enough to get them to trance during a goblin encounter after having already gotten an 11 damage roll prior to trancing, and get lucky with another 11 damage roll before or after entering trance to then be able to use Cook, since the goblin would be below half health. You could also get a crit on an 11 damage roll before or during trance, which would result in 22 damage, which would then allow them to use Cook. But considering the insane amount of luck that would take for a move that isn't that useful, I opted to learn it later on. In case you're curious, the max normal damage Quina can do right now is 220, so the damage variance from 11 to 220 and not having much control over how much damage output they might do will play a big role in this run, especially early on. So since we don't care about learning Goblin Punch right now, we're going to continue through the Evil Forest, Blue Magic list, until we run into Quinner and Qui, who were just shocked by Prison Cage grabbing Garnet. They decide to fight to help her, which puts us into battle. This is normally a quick tutorial fight that shows off Zidane's trance abilities, but not for us. For us, this battle could be fatal if we get unlucky with Prison Cage's RNG and our own RNG. We need good damage rolls and we need them fast, especially with how hard-hitting Prison Cage can be and the fact that Garnet is currently dying, capable of even one-shotting Quinner, who is still level 1.
Okay, we're getting good hits in, which is good. Without having to heal her.
Luckily for us, we get a 154 right out of the gate and continue to get high damage rolls, leading to a quick victory. But as many of you know, Prison Cage doesn't stop there and captures Queequeg, so now we have to fight it again, except this fight is a bit easier since this fight script has Queequeg using fire on Prison Cage while he's trapped inside.
This fight was a huge obstacle. It was very scary. But luckily everything went well. Good job, BB. We're gonna need you to pop off in there. Quina's also like pretty slow. So that's fun. You need to tell me BB's HP. Okay, I think that's fine. Yes, BB. Nice. Nice, that's another good hit. Well, goodbye. I'm gonna use a potion on my nose since I'm worried. See, we just get completely destroyed by that. Because normally you get trance during the first fight, and so you just easily pop off and end it in like 1 second. Oh, nice dodge!
We continue to get pretty lucky with the damage rolls and clutch dodge from Quidon. Despite Quinner getting one shot, we clutch out another victory.
Okay, let's go!
After some more story and a Baku quick kill, we end up at the Plant Brain boss. Usually Vivi's fire makes short work of this guy, but we are going to have to rely upon our variable fork damage for this one. Of course, we're all blinded right at the start by Plant Brain's pollen, greatly reducing our accuracy. So I opt to have Quinner use eye drops on Quidon since Quidon has the most HP and best chances of survival.
Nice, let's go. Good job, Queequeg. You don't need to see what you're doing. Respect that.
Immediately after, Quinner is unfortunately taken out by Thunder. The guy can't catch a break.
Critical! Queequeg just got a crit for 352. Oh my god! Good job, Queequeg.
Queequeg is then one shot by a tentacle, leaving Quidon all alone. I take some damage on Quidon, so I decide to revive Queequeg because we are not alone.
Uh-oh. No.
And then Blank arrives just in time, as always, to come help these dying queues. Thunder takes out poor Queequeg again, but Quidon and Blank finish Plant Brain off for another
Nice.
victory.
Okay, we made it out.
We enjoy our fun little escape sequence from the forest, and then we make it out to the overworld for the first time. I try my luck in getting Pumpkinhead from the Pythons and Limit Glove from the Moose here, and end up learning Pumpkinhead with Quidon as our first blue magic spell. Pumpkinhead is a spell that deals the difference in Quina's current and maximum HP as fixed damage to a target, and it will be one of our strongest spells for a long time. So it's super cool that you can learn it so early in the game before you even recruit the actual Quina. I decided to wait to learn Limit Glove since my Qs kept killing all the moves, and headed into the Ice Cavern. But not to worry, there will be many more chances soon to learn Limit Glove.
All three of them hit for 88. Guys, please, do you want to learn anything? They're like, no.
The Ice Cavern is kinda for Qs. It's one of the few places filled with enemies that taste bad, so nothing to learn here. After fighting our way through a bunch of cave imps, flans, and wireds, we make it to the lovely Geomancer Black Waltz No. 1. Now this is a neat fight, because instead of it being a Zidane solo fight, we get to do a Quidon solo fight.
That's right.
We love Geomancers. I don't want to kill him. Just attack him. They get my health low. Don't think I won't Limit Glove. But I guess I should probably be more careful because I'm by myself, so then they can just kill me. So yeah, I probably shouldn't be relying on the glove here.
We take the Black Waltz out pretty quickly with some good damage rolls, and then we're left to fight his sea lion friend, who I'd say is also a geomancer.
So far we're getting some pretty good ones. Nice. Okay, it's good to see all these wings, because I know that he can do much stronger things. I'm not trying to rhyme, but I think even Blizzard is worse for us. A bit hard to hit him. But I think he has some geomancer, so if I recall. Ooh, 220, very nice. Yeah, he has tsunami. That's pretty good. Okay. Ooh, 72.
Luck continues to be on my side as we even roll 220 and quickly take out the poor sea lion.
Let's go! Nice!
We make it out of the cavern where the crew spots a village in the distance. Wanting a new identity, Garnet asks Quidon what his weapon is called, as she wants to go by that. Naturally, Quidon is wielding a fork, so we aptly name her just that. Welcome to the team officially, Fork. Before we enter the village of Dali, we can encounter carved spider enemies, which can give us level 3 defenseless, so I take some time to try to learn this on at least one Q. This spell reduces enemies' defense and magic defense by a random amount as long as their level is a multiple of 3. It's not super helpful, but it can be handy in specific use cases, so we might as well grab it. There are also some more pythons here, so I try to get Pumpkinhead on some other Qs since it's a really useful spell for us. The pythons have an HP of 75, so there's only so many combinations of low damage rolls I can get that will get them to a quarter health to be able to eat them without killing them first. Luckily, we get 233 hits for a total of 66 damage, so we're able to eat with Quinner and learn Pumpkinhead with him. There's a bit more flexibility with the carved spiders as they have 129 HP, so there's less chances of killing them. After accidentally killing a couple spiders, we're able to learn level 3 defenseless on Fork. After doing 11, then 88 damage for a total of 99, putting its HP in the edible range. Fork also learns Pumpkinhead, and Quidon, Quinner, and Queequee learn level 3 defenseless, and then I decide to move on to Dali. Dali gives us an opportunity to stock up on some new gear. No new forks yet, but we can buy everyone a feather hat, silk shirt, and leather wrist. Fortunately, we are able to sell my 2 mage mashers and some of the other armor found in chests up to this point for a good amount of gil. The story here leads to Quidon and Fork looking for the kidnapped Queequee in the underground area of Dali, where, interestingly, there's an opportunity to learn the blue spell Roulette super early from the ghost enemies. The vice enemies down here also teach Vanish, but we'll continue to have more opportunities to learn that soon, so it's not a big deal. Roulette is not a very useful move, as it just KOs a random target, which could even be the caster or any of our party members, so it's pretty risky. Vanish, on the other hand, will be pretty useful for us, especially in some of the solo fights later on. It's a spell that causes all physical attacks to miss whoever it's casted on, so it'll help us stay alive against some hard-hitting physical attackers. Quidon is able to learn Roulette after I get 3 36s in a row, putting the 118 HP ghost at a nice 10 HP and perfectly edible. We're able to learn it on Queequee as well after another ghost encounter, and then we move on. Unfortunately, all the vice enemies we encountered were killed rather quickly, so we'll just have to learn Vanish at the next opportunity. After knocking Quinner over with our barrel, we're attacked by Black Waltz number 2 and put into another fight. My strategy for this fight is simple: physical attacks until he gets our HP low, then use Pumpkinhead for big damage.
Damn! He hits hard. Well, if we get low, I'm using Pumpkinhead. Let it be known. Yeah, we understand that. We are not. Oh my god, that did so much damage. Hold on, hold on. Okay, good. That wasn't me. Let's see some Pumpkinhead action. 256? It was good. Hell yeah. Did we win? Let's go.
After taking him out, we hop on the airship, which, after some shenanigans, we're attacked by yet another Black Waltz number 3. The annoying thing about this battle is that number 3 flies into the air and stays there for most of the battle, only coming down long enough to be attacked once at a time. While he's in the air, we can't land any physical attacks, so we'll use that time to heal up from his hard-hitting thunder spells.
Oh, they're both getting tranced. Uh-oh. That's good for us. Only 80? That's a bummer. Please, good roll, good roll. No, 50? Why do they hate me? Maybe that'll be like more guaranteed. 216. Did we win? Hey, let's go. Alright, cool.
Now that we're in Lindblum, we run into Freya, who is now Quea. Then we begin the Festival of the Hunt, which will be pretty interesting since Quina normally does not participate in it. Our goal is for Quea to win so we can get the Coral Ring, which will be the most useful prize for us since it can teach Insomniac and absorbs Thunder Elemental attacks. We could also potentially learn Blue Magic in the Festival of the Hunt. The Trick Sparrows can be eaten to learn Maître Magic, but no guarantees that we'll get it here. All goes according to plan and Quea wins, earning us a Coral Ring. Now it's finally time to go meet the real Quina and learn a bunch of Blue Magic spells. The areas around Lindblum have enemies that teach Limit Glove, Mustard Bomb, Aqua Breath, Pumpkinhead, Angel's Snack, Mighty Guard, and Frog Drop. We go straight to Q's Marsh to pick up our new friend, and on the way we run into a couple gigantoad enemies that we're able to eat to get Frog Drop for Quidan and Quiqui. Frog Drop will be a very helpful spell for us, mostly in the late game, but we might as well grab it now. Frog Drop inflicts damage equal to the caster's level times the number of frogs Quina has caught, so the more frogs Quina catches in the marshes around the world, and the higher our Q's levels are, the stronger the spell will be. Next we run into some axolotls who really beat the crap out of us and kill Quidan, but Quiqui's trance allows us to cook one and then learn Aqua Breath. Aqua Breath is a spell that will mostly be helpful for us early on, but otherwise isn't that great. It inflicts water elemental damage equal to 25% of all enemies' maximum HP. This means it can be more helpful than relying on our high damage variance physical attacks for reliably getting enemies' HP down to 25% so they can be eaten. The problem though is that this spell misses about half of the time, and even more so on higher level enemies, so it's not exactly super reliable either. Regardless, we don't really have better options, so we'll just have to pray to the RNG gods. As soon as Quina joins, we let them catch some frogs here to start powering up Frog Drop.
There's actually quite a complicated meta for the frog catching. You want to not catch all the frogs in a pond ideally, because the frogs actually breed and will repopulate the pond faster if you leave a male and a female. So what we want to do is ideally try to leave a male and a female so that the pond will fill up, because it doesn't actually just respawn all the frogs if you just leave and come back or something like that. You have to wait. But it happens faster if there's a couple that can have children. So that's what we're going to try to do, but we're going to try and catch the most amount of frogs while doing that.
I ran around to try to encounter some more axolotls and gigantoads on our way out and successfully got Aqua Breath and Frog Drop for the rest of our crew. So now we're ready to try to acquire the rest of the spells in the Lindblum area. My approach to this is to try to get all the spells I think will be useful on everyone, but for the spells that I don't think are as essential, I still want to try to learn them when I can, but I'm not really going to go out of my way to have every Q learn every spell. I think it will be interesting having Qs with at least slightly different spell sets too, And the game kind of forces this, at least for the first half, since besides Quidon and Quiqui, the other party members come and go quite a bit, and some won't be present to learn certain blue magic spells when others are, like Quinner and Fork, who are missing out right now. One thing I started to notice is the enemies here are really hitting us hard. We've had it pretty easy so far, but at this point in the game it seems things are probably going to get a little tougher for a bit. It certainly doesn't help that Quina is a pretty slow character and our damage is all over the place. Quea and Quina learn Pumpkinhead, and Quea, Quina, and Quiqui learn Vanish. We also have Quina learn Mighty Guard. Mighty Guard is the spell that casts Protect and Shell on all party members, which is pretty awesome. And it will be helpful for us, but it costs 64 MP, which is more MP than our Qs even have right now, so we won't get much use out of it for a while. I needed to re-up on potions since our Qs were taking so much damage, so I decided to use this moment to go through Lindblum to the other side of the overworld to learn some spells over there. Quiqui, Quea, Quidon end up learning Limit Glove, and Limit Glove is a spell that inflicts 9,999 damage to a target, as long as the Q casting it has 1 HP. It will be a pretty useful spell for us since it can one-shot a lot of early game bosses even. But since it requires us to have 1 HP, for a while we'll only be able to use it in situations where someone dies and gets revived with 1 HP, which isn't guaranteed. The other new spell over here is Mustard Bomb. Quina and Quidon were able to learn it from the bomb enemies. Mustard Bomb is not very useful. It inflicts heat status on an enemy, but its base accuracy is only 30%. So unless there's a specific situation where the heat status could be really helpful to inflict, it's usually better to do something else. We were also able to get level 3 defenseless for Quina and Quea since there are more carved spiders here. Now we're going to head back through Lindblum to the other side of the overworld. I feel pretty satisfied with getting Limit Glove on 3 of my party and Mustard Bomb on 2 of them. I'll probably want Limit Glove on everyone, but I know we'll have more opportunities to learn it, so it's not a huge deal. We end up getting Mighty Guard on Quea and Angel Snack on Quina. Angel Snack is a spell that uses a remedy out of your inventory on each party member, so it can be helpful in boss fights where a lot of status effects are used. I feel pretty good about the amount of spells we learned, so it's time to move on to Gizamaluke's Grotto. Gizamaluke's Grotto shouldn't be too bad for us. The enemy we'll have to worry about the most here is probably the Lamia, since she can buff herself to do a lot of damage and also confuse us. In terms of spells, Vanish, Pumpkinhead, and level 3 Defenseless are learnable here, but everyone already knows level 3 Defenseless and Pumpkinhead, so the only new spell here would be Vanish for Quidon. We're not going to go to the Pulpos Heights area that is accessible here because although we could attempt to learn White Wind early from the Garuda enemies up there, they're level 35 and we're currently level 11. And although there's an easy strategy with Limit Glove and the Grand Dragons here to get to level 30, I'm not interested in being over-leveled to such a great extent for this run, so we are not going up there. We make it to the Gizamaluke Boss fight, and this one might be a tough one. He's weak to wind and lightning, which we don't have, and his attacks can hit pretty hard.
Alright, we'll see. This might be kind of rough for us. Nice, that was a good one. Nice, another good hit. Jeez. Nice, another good one. Okay. Nice, that was good. Jeez. The punishment. That was another good one. That was bad.
His crash attack is hitting us really hard, and he feels pretty fast compared to us. He unfortunately quickly takes out Quiqui. We're able to bring him back, but then he gets a crit on Quea for 544 damage. Great. While our HP is low, I decide to start using Pumpkinhead. The damage is 288, so a bit better than our higher physical attack hits.
Did we get him? No. Okay, for a second I'm like, wait a second, did we get him? Jeez.
We revive Quale with 1 HP, which is great because then we can take him out with Limit Glove. Never mind, he kills her right away because of course. Now it's just Quidon and Quina, and it's not looking good. I decide to have Quina use Vanish to avoid the physical attacks, and then I continue to try to heal with potions, but it's hard for us to keep up with his damage. Again, I tried to revive Quale, and yup, the classic. Poor Quina is the last one standing and fighting for their life in there.
Oh, the dodge though. They hate me with that 33. I fear. Oh my god. Every single person I revive, he's fast or we're also just really slow. Yeah, he does. Damn you. Whoa, why are we getting the worst rolls ever? We're in the trenches.
Unfortunately, we lose. But we're ready to get back in there and try again. Quidon gets hit pretty hard right at the start, but that gives us a pretty strong 398 damage pumpkin head.
Very nice, very nice. Silent voice? Oh, he's mad. Oh, he's mad. He doesn't like us casting these spells. That's fine. I find that very funny. Oh, he's like, I don't like that pumpkin head. That shit pissed me off. That's really funny.
We're getting some pretty low damage rolls, like 22 and 44 in the mix here, unfortunately. But at least Quina is dealing some good damage. Another crit, but Quina is the best and dodges his next attack.
Oh, Quina dodged! So clutch. So clutch, Quina. 44? Come on now. Okay, where's Pumpkinhead? Queequee's dead, but come on. Go, Quina, go! 393, good. Let's do... No! Potion. Ugh, if only. So let's do... It's down to Queequee. Ugh, if only we got 1 HP. We're so slow. No, don't do a water on all. Don't do a water on all. No! This asshole is ruining my life. That's literally the one thing that I didn't want him to do. And he did it. Because he was mean and I hate him. Nice dodge. Clutch, clutch. Okay, well, I'm not silenced anymore. No, don't do water on all, please, sir. No! This little shitter every single time. Dude, oh my god. Stop it, I'm begging. We believe, we do.
Pumpkinhead is truly putting in the work for us right now, but this guy is spamming water like crazy and we're hanging on by a thread.
That's not good. That's not good. I
feel like once we get down to one person, we're like just dead. Because I don't know that he is gonna let us revive anybody. Okay. We can work with that, we can work with that. Good job. What is it? Water on everybody? His favorite. We got so lucky with that. 1 HP and then he just annihilated them. Okay. Let's go. I believe.
A big 437 Pumpkinhead from Queequeg finally kills him. We did it. Now that we're out of the grotto, we have one new spell to learn before entering Burmecia. The spell is Night, which can be learned from the nymphs. This spell puts everyone, enemies and allies, to sleep. When our party all has the Insomniac ability equipped, it can be an easy way to manage groups of enemies by only putting them to sleep and not any of our allies. The nice thing about this spell is that it doesn't have a low accuracy like a lot of the other blue spells. It's a lot more reliable. After a lot of searching, we finally run into a couple nymph enemies, and Queequeg and Quidon are able to learn Night. Time to head into Burmecia. There's a new spell here as well, Magic Hammer from the Magic Vice enemies. This spell damages an enemy's MP by a random amount up to the target's current HP total. It can be useful against certain magic using enemies and bosses, so I'll try to grab it on at least one queue if I can. The enemies continue to hit hard here, but once we make it through, we should be able to get a nice gear upgrade. We run into a Magic Vice, but unfortunately, we just end up killing it. Not before it stole my elixir though. While I was looking for Magic Vices, I kept running into Ironite enemies, so we were able to get Angel's Snack on the rest of our party, so they all have it now. Finally, we ran into a couple Magic Vice enemies. We were able to successfully learn Magic Hammer with Quidon and Quea. Now we've made it to Atla the Moogle, who has a great selection of wares for us, including our first fork upgrade, the Needle Fork. I still have a lot of gil from impressing all the nobles at the beginning of the game, so we're able to grab 4 Needle Forks, 4 Mage's Hats, 1 Headgear, and 2 Bronze Vests. The Needle Fork, like all forks, teaches the High Tide ability, which makes the characters build trance faster. So we can keep learning that since it takes a while. The Needle Fork also has a base 34 attack versus the base 21 attack of the starting fork weapon, so we can expect to see our damage variance, floor and ceiling increase by a decent amount. The Mage's Hats have better magic defense, so they'll be nice for certain circumstances. The Headgear halves water elemental damage, so I figured I'd buy one in case it helps out somewhere, but it also has no ability to teach us. And finally, the Bronze Vests are a nice defense upgrade for Quea and Quina, who are still wearing silk shirts, and they teach the ability Jelly, which Quina can learn. This ability prevents petrification, so I definitely want them all to learn this as soon as possible. Now it's time to go fight Beatrix. We should be okay in this fight. The biggest thing will be she's probably going to hit us super hard.
Yeah. That's what I was going for. Alright. Let's test out our new forks. Damn. She certainly is hitting hard. 480, let's go. Okay, ooh, 576. We're seeing some of that high range. I like that. 624? You guys are just flexing. No, Queequeg. The one. Let Queequeg live. Let Queequeg live. Thank you for the healing. Queequeg, come on. This is your moment. Oh, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. Limit Glove. This is our first time getting to use a Limit Glove. Let's freaking go. We got so lucky. Let's see. Go, Queequeg, go! Go, Queequeg. After taking 9,999 damage, Beatrix is forced to cheat with Stock Break and end the battle. We won!
Huh?
Now we begin Disc 2 back with Quina and Fork. After some story, we've teamed up with Marcus and are headed for Trino when Black Waltz number 3 attacks. This will be interesting. We don't have many spells on these two, but we do have Pumpkinhead.
Lightning staff. Use Limit Glove, Marcus. Use Pumpkinhead, Marcus. This is your moment, Quinner. See that Pumpkinhead? 270.
Now that he's out of the way, we're back on our way to Trino. Now that we're back in the overworld, we can learn Limit Glove from the Moos and Mandragoras here, and Matre Magic from the Trick Sparrows. Matre Magic is a spell that reduces a target's HP to 1, but it has a really low chance of succeeding, so it's not as great as it might sound, unfortunately. We're able to get Matre Magic on both Fork and Quinner, so I decided to head into Trino because we'll have more opportunities for Limit Gloves, so there's no rush. In Trino, we'll pick up all the free stuff we can and buy a couple Bone Wrists, which boost strength and teach the ability Add Status, which will have a chance of adding whatever status your weapon inflicts when striking a target. With Add Status, our Needle Forks would have a 10% chance of petrifying enemies when we hit them, so it could be kind of helpful. We're also buying some bandanas which teach Insomniac and a couple bronze vests for Quinner and Fork. I also synthesize a couple yellow scarves so we can start learning Millionaire. Millionaire is an ability that can actually only be learned by Quina that multiplies gil earned after battles by 1.5 times. I did find out this ability sadly does not stack, but it's still really nice for getting us lots of gil, which we'll most certainly need. While here, I also attempt to fight the monster in the weapon shop to see how it would go. And well, Quinner was instantly killed by the first era attack before he could even do anything. Even if I enter the battle with 1 HP to go for a Limit Glove, Quinner is too slow to not be killed right away anyway. I go back to the overworld after getting geared up to see if we're able to get Limit Glove from the Mandragoras here. They're very hard hitting, with their chestnut move dishing out as much damage as HP they've lost, and since they have double our HP, this move is easily one-shotting us once we've done some damage to them. We managed to learn Limit Glove on both Fork and Quinner, so I return to Trino and again try to fight the Griffin monster just to see. The Era move no longer kills Quinner in one hit, but he barely survives and has to spend his next turn healing with the high potion, so I don't think it's gonna work out still. The Limit Glove strategy still isn't possible since the Griffin attacks us first, so we die before we could do anything anyway. I tried Pumpkinhead, but it's not gonna do enough to make up for the fact I didn't heal on my turn, so I die. I could likely beat the Griffin if I level grinded, yes, I know, but as I mentioned earlier, I'm not interested in going out of my way to make the queues over leveled, because it's not necessary, and I think it'll be more interesting if I don't do that, so we'll just wait to fight the Trino monster on another visit. After some story, we end up in Garganru, headed for Alexandria when we're attacked by Ralvuimago, a boss that can inflict slow and poison, but doesn't really do much else, so I'm not that worried about it.
Next, we're back with Quidan's crew, who are now headed for Clara.
Clara is an exciting area for blue mages. There are some really great utility spells to learn here that'll help us a lot throughout the run. The dragonfly enemies here can teach nature magic to this crew, but they're kind of annoying because they can also berserk us, which can make us accidentally kill them before we can eat, and also prevents any berserked party members from eating at all since we can't even control them. We can also learn White Wind from the zoo enemies here. We'll just have to work around who gets eaten by the zoo enemies before we can eat them. White Wind is an excellent spell that heals everyone's HP equal to 1/3 of the caster's maximum HP. This will be a great help to us for the rest of the game since our only other option is using potions. And this spell is pretty powerful at healing the party up, especially if multiple queues use it. So we're going to try to learn this on everyone we can. We got White Wind on Quale, Quina, Quidon, and Quea. They all learn it pretty quickly, so we're all set there. We also learned Nature Magic on everyone in the process of me trying to get encounters to learn another spell, Auto Life. Auto Life is a spell that can be learned from the carrion worm enemies here, but I was having trouble running into them. Auto Life will automatically revive the person it's casted on with 1 HP after they've been KO'd. So not only is this great for easily reviving party members, but it's also a very reliable way to have 1 HP to easily do our 9,999 damage spell, Limit Glove. So this is another spell we want on as many queues as possible. It's kind of tricky to not kill the worms since they only have 259 HP, but we managed to eat with Quidon and then everyone else does too. We head into Clara and get the tour around town. Quina is appalled at the lack of good food here. I then sell all the unequipable stuff we've picked up along the way and buy 4 mithril vests, which teach the ability Auto Potion, which might actually be useful for us in certain fights, as well as 4 mages' hats, which teach us the ability Loudmouth, which will protect us from being silenced. I also buy 4 mithril armlets since they're an upgrade, and 1 bandana for the Insomnia ability. Then Burmecian soldier Dan comes running to tell the Night Oracle that the Antlion is attacking a kid. Being the heroes that we are, and definitely not because we just want some of that yummy sand, we go to find the Antlion. We enter into the fight, and this might be our first opportunity to get some use out of Auto Life and White Wind. I open the fight by casting Auto Life on Quidon, and then I have Quea physically attack because I'm curious about the damage. This boss counters all physical attacks with its counter horn attack. Since we don't have any good spells to use against him until we're lower health, it makes sense for us to physically attack and use his counters against him by getting us to an HP where we can use Pumpkinhead and Limit Glove. He also has a Sandstorm attack that puts everyone's HP into single digits and inflicts blindness, which is fine by us since it kinda helps us. I have Quidon attack him so the counter will kill him, activating his auto life and putting him at 1 HP. Quea dishes out a big 667 damage with Pumpkinhead, and then Quina does the same. Quidon is still alive, so it's time for a Limit Glove to seal the deal. Let's see. I think he's feeling it. Not long after we get back, Clara loses its protective sand barrier, and then the Alexandrian soldiers are climbing up the trunk. But wait, it was a trick, and the black mages are attacking Clara. We help everyone we can get to safety, Sir Fratley shows up, and then we're about to fight Beatrix again. Before we do, I sadly have to remove the add-on from Quina because our friend will be leaving us soon. Now we head out to fight Beatrix. Guess the last Limit Glove wasn't enough for her. She is hitting us pretty hard, but just like with the Antlion, this is to our advantage now. Ouch. $144. Come on now. miss. Nice. Nice. Perfect. It's over for you, girly.
She got limit gloved again and was forced to cheat again. We follow the black mages into the portal, leaving poor Quina behind. Clara gets blasted by Odin, and as far as we know, so did Quina too. We then cut back to Quinner and Marcus, locked in a cage, and after breaking them out, we reunite with the main group since they made it to Alexandria through the ship. We have to go save Fork before she's executed, so we work our way through a bunch of inedible human soldiers to go help her. We run into Zorn and Thorn and quickly destroy them. Then we rescue Fork, and as we're making our escape, we run into Beatrix yet again. We go into Beatrix fight number 3, with Quidon still at 1 HP, so we literally one-shot her with Limit Glove. Despite that, she still calls us pathetic. Beatrix and Quinner decide to go against the Queen and help us make our escape. Quea will also be parting ways with us to help us escape too. The Bandersnatches here can actually be eaten for Pumpkinhead, which is good for Fork since she never learned it. Marcus and the freshly unpetrified Blank help us get out to Garganru, and on our way out we run into another snake boss. This time it's Ralvuimago. When Ralvuimago is attacked physically, it curls up into a ball, which raises its defenses, and while curled up, it will counter all physical attacks with Power of the Land, which is an earth attack that heals it and also does damage to all targets. This boss is level 18, so I take this opportunity to get some use out of level 3 defenseless.
Hard to say. I mean, it didn't seem like it didn't work. Okay, that was nice that missed. It's a little vanish.
Its stab attack is pretty hard hitting, so I try using Vanish on Queequee to see how that goes. We attack it physically, causing it to coil up. I take this time to cast Auto Life on Fork and Quidon and wait until it stops coiling up. I decide to not attack it while it's coiled since it's really not necessary, but then after some low rolls, I get impatient and decide to tank the earth attack in order to hit the boss more.
Pretty good. It could have been better. Girly Pop is back.
We lose the opportunity to do Limit Glove, but then we just kill it anyway. We crash land at Pinnacle Rock, where Ramu wants us to tell him about Final Fantasy II. Here you can learn Knight from the Seeker Bat enemies and Matre Magic from the Zagnol enemies. As I mentioned earlier, Knight can be pretty useful, so it'd be nice to get that on Fork. We're able to successfully learn Knight on Fork, nice. After we piece together Joseph's story, Ramu becomes Fork's Eidolon. Too bad he won't ever be summoned. Then we head out and see Lindblum getting attacked by Alexandria and the Black Mages. Once in Lindblum, Sid tells us we should go to the Outer Continent. Before we leave, I go pick up free stuff around town, synthesize 4 glass buckles, 4 power belts, 1 magician shoes, and 4 silk robes. The glass buckle is a solid upgrade with the abilities Add Status and Antibody. The power belt significantly increases our strength and has the counter ability. The magician shoes boost magic and have the ability Clear-Headed, which prevents confusion, and MP plus 10%, which is great for increasing our MP. The Silk Robe boosts strength and magic and has the abilities Loudmouth and Ability Up, which helps us learn abilities from gear more quickly.
All around, some pretty helpful gear pickups here. The passage to the outer continent is supposedly in Q's Marsh, so we go there and pick up Quina, who miraculously survived the Clara attack. Quina wants us to catch frogs, so we let them because we're going to want to catch frogs at every opportunity, and it'll be a minute before we are back at this marsh once we leave for the outer continent. I purposely try to encounter Gigantoads and Axolotls here so that Fork can learn Frog Drop and Aqua Breath, since she missed out on those before. I go out to the Overworld and Fork learns Vanish and Mighty Guard. Queequeg also learns Mighty Guard since he never got it before. I do a few hours of Chocobo Hot and Cold, as we can get some nice items from the Chocographs, and I intend to try all the super bosses in this run, so it must be done. After all that time, we come back to Q's Marsh to see a decent amount of frogs have respawned already, so we go frog catching again. The frogs, weirdly, never leave the pond. I leave and come back, and all of a sudden they're tadpoles. Weird bug I've never seen before. We start looking for the entrance to the outer continent when Quina starts chasing a frog. And we're there. Good job, Quina. Immediately after entering, we're chased by a robot, then attacked by Lani.
I'm gonna do a Vanish on her. I can't remember if Lani's gonna do any big magic attacks, but I know she's very physical and she's gonna be going for Fork. Luckily we already have Fork in the back row, so that will kind of take care of that. She's using magic. Yeah, she's onto our shit. She's like, uh-huh. Okay, well then I'm gonna do Pumpkinhead. And then I'm gonna do... Let's see how we're at with where we're at with Frog Drop. She's doing a Blizzara. I might kill her. Yeah. That's fine. How much did I do? 234? That's pretty good. 234 is nothing to, you know, that's better than a lot of our physical attacks, so it's pretty good.
Had enough yet?
No. We could have a lot more. Poor Queequeg. Pumpkinhead. $765. Holy shit. Let's do an auto life on Fork. We get to, I guess we don't. Oh, she's still going for Queequeg, really. Queequeg's dead. That's surprising as well. And then by Queequeg. There we go. But we cast auto life on her, so she's back. 648. Nice. This is gonna kill both of them. Sad. I hate to see it. I'm gonna put auto life on myself, just in case. She's scanning? She's like, what in the hell? What is wrong with you? I need to figure it out. Okay, I'm just gonna kill her. Surely she'll die from that. Don't mess with Queequeg.
After taking her out, it's time to go through Fossil Roo. Fossil Roo has one new spell for us from the Feather Circle enemies. Level 4 Holy. Level 4 Holy is a spell that does holy damage to enemies that are a level that's a multiple of 4. It can be pretty good in the situations you can use it in. Queequeg and Fork are able to learn it after much trials and tribulations dealing with these feather circles. We also encounter a Garuda enemy and Fork is able to eat it to learn White Wind. Excellent. We make it out to the outer continent Overworld. Here we can find goblin mages, who we can eat to finally learn Goblin Punch since they have a much better HP to work with. There are also cactuars that can be eaten to learn 1000 Needles, which will be a very useful spell for us in this part of the game. 1000 Needles, like you could probably guess, does a fixed 1000 damage to a target, which is a pretty good amount of damage right now. It's also super cheap and only costs 8 MP. Quina learns 1000 Needles, Fork and Quidon learn Goblin Punch. We head into the marsh over here to keep up with our frog catching.
Yeah. When you encounter the golden frog, it's better to leave it because the golden frog helps them breed faster. It's better to have a thruple.
Then we make it to Conde Petie, where we can pick up our next fork upgrade. We get some mithril forks, which have an attack power of 42 compared to our current 34, so we should see a nice jump in our physical damage range. I also get a couple magician cloaks, which have the abilities MP plus 10% and Insomniac, as well as 3 Lemia's tiaras, which half wind elemental damage and teach the ability Clear-Headed, which prevents confusion. After we're all stocked up, we head to the Black Mage Village. Here we're just going to synthesize a Madain's Ring, which absorbs ice elemental damage and teaches the body temp ability, and the Fairy Earrings, which teach the abilities body temp and level up. Once we're done with everything here, we make a pit stop at the marsh to catch more frogs, which earns us our first silver fork. The silver fork has an attack power of 53 and can inflict the status slow with the add status ability equipped, so it's a really strong upgrade. On our way, we also learn 1000 Needles on Quiqui and Quidon, and Goblin Punch on Quiqui as well. Now we head back to Conde Petie to get married. After getting married, we run into a new friend, Quaco, on our way to the sanctuary. At the same time, our good friend Quina leaves us again. This mountain path has enemies that can teach us Vanish and level 3 Defenseless, which will be nice for Quaco to learn since she currently has no spells. She ends up learning the latter, and then we run into the Hilgigars Boss.
I like his dance. Sick. And we're dancing too. Everybody's dancing. We're having a great time. Well, minus that. That was a bit rude. Didn't really like that. Well, I'm just gonna make my life easy and do what makes sense, which would be 1000 Needles. Quaco doesn't have anything, so she's just here. I can't remember if he has a counter for physicals, so I guess she'll be the experiment to find out. And I think I'm gonna do level 4 Holy because I'm curious to see what will happen. It should be able to hit him. We haven't used this move yet, so this looks pretty cool, honestly. But I don't think it's very good. Oh, it's 936. That actually was quite good. Okay. No, that was pretty good. Okay, well, 1000 Needles would be better for people who have it because it's less MP, but that's probably gonna do a lot of damage. I'll do White Wind. Level 4 Holy's making some points, guys. Pretty cool. Let's see, 768. It's a bit less on Fork, that's not surprising. Nice, the White Wind was pleasant. Nice dodge, let's go, dude. Okay, that's sick. Let's do another 1000 Needles. Okay, Quaco doing a pretty good hit there. Okay, level 4 Holy. Hey, I just got the achievement for using blue magic 100 times. Let's go. Okay, we're getting some trancing going on here. Let's do roulette. No, I'm just kidding. Let's do 1000 Needles. Push it a little bit, and I'm gonna just heal.
Squeaky. Here's to 100,000 more. No way. Couldn't expect that in this run, right? Let's do another level 4 holy. He's doing Kiraga. How much is that gonna heal him for? 1960? Okay, well, you asked for it, buddy. He's coping. He's coping. Don't think we won't ruin you. Yeah, I'm doing 1,000 needles. He pissed me off. Okay, let's do another 1,000 needles. He can't heal that much, can he? Hip hop. Okay, back off, buddy. Let's go, Quaco. Surely he's got to be almost dead. No, don't kill her. Okay, she's still in this. I feel like surely, like, well, she doesn't have much MP anyway after this. Surely. Hey, let's go. Alright, that was new. We didn't really get to use level 4 holy. And of course, 1,000 needles we just got.
That was a pretty fun opportunity to try out some of our newer spells. And since stealing isn't an option for us, we didn't have too much trouble with that guy. We head out to the overworld here. There's nothing new to learn here except Limit Glove and Vanish for Quaco, so we grab both of those and then head into Madain Sari. After our little Q cooking episode, we head to the Iifa Tree. The Iifa Tree is very exciting because multiple enemies here can be eaten to learn level 5 Death, a spell that instantly KOs all enemies that have a level that's a multiple of 5. This spell will be super helpful for us in a particular dungeon later on, and in any instance where it can be used, honestly. So we'll try to get it on as many queues as we can. The zombies here have roulette, which, if you recall, we were able to learn that early from the ghosts in Dali, but it's not a particularly useful spell and is mostly going to be something annoying for us to deal with when encountering the zombies here. Level 4 Holy works well on the Draco zombie enemies here since they're level 24, but they're the only enemies here who have a level that's a multiple of 4, so for the rest we're mostly going to rely on 1,000 needles and physical attacks. For Quidan and then Quaco learn level 5 Death. Quaco also learns Roulette because why not? Now that we're deep into the tree, it's time to fight with Soulcage, an undead tree boss that's weak to Holy. Soulcage is level 26, which is not a multiple of 4. So our Holy spell isn't usable here. I was also hoping for Quaco to level up before we got to this so she wouldn't be level 25 and susceptible to level 5 Death, but we shouldn't have a problem working around it. $560, not bad, not bad. Level 5 Death. Oh no, she's gonna be gone before I can even get to her. Annoying. I wanted to put auto life on her. Let's see. Auto life. There you go, bud. Let's do 1,000 needles. Nice. Shockwave, which she's probably dead. Which means he's dead. We just won. Checkmate. Well, maybe not really, because it's not her turn anymore, but checkmate preemptively. I feel like we have a good amount of frogs where frog drop's probably pretty decent. So let's try it out. Just do a little frog drop check. Frog drop check. 552 is pretty good. Pretty good. Definitely something to respect for sure. I'm gonna do 1,000 needles. I'm gonna do I think I have 1,000 needles as well. Let's do 1,000 needles. Well, we could just end this with Limit Glove if I wanted. I'm killing him. Quaco is new to the team. She hasn't gotten... Oh! He's not done.
Uh-oh. She might be dead. Or is it just the status effect? Does it do any damage? It missed. Now he's dead. Whew. The toss up there. There ain't no way he's surviving this, right? I mean, we're definitely getting to the territory where bosses are going to have more than that HP. But I already did a good amount of damage. Sorry, buddy. Maybe next year. He said he didn't see it in the future. Well, look harder.
Nice. Quako's susceptibility to level 5 death ended up being a curse for Soulcage and not us. Although I think the 1000 needles were about to end him anyway. The mist is gone, and now so are we. Back at Madain Sari, Lani and Amarant are starting trouble and stealing stuff. They have a little disagreement on tactics, and then Amarant challenges Quidon to a one-on-one fight. This will definitely be interesting, as a lot of our strategy up till now has needed the cues to help each other. And Quina isn't exactly the fastest character or the best at tanking damage. I have counter equipped, so I'm hoping that will help, and I'm thinking I'll mostly rely on 1000 needles.
Not worried about it. Pretty good. Am I gonna leave myself with this? It's tempting. Let's just see how it goes. That was not very impressive. I don't think so. Just kidding, he double hit.
Well, that didn't work. I did not take into account the empty ATB after the auto life revival. I realized Vanish is actually perfect for this fight, since Amarant is a physical attacker. Hopefully it will help me kill him before he kills us. The main difficulty is knowing when to cast it to avoid getting hit by him, but it was pretty hard to tell with his speed in the ATB.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Let's go. That's what I like to see. Okay, Vanish is looking pretty good. Got him. Always gotta be something. A little trick up our sleeve. This is really interesting considering you just could never have Queen in here. Youch. You only hit once there, unless he's already hit me again. It's a little suspicious. Okay, so I guess that's just how that goes. That must have been that. Damn, he's doing the triple. Oh, come on. Where's my counter attack? What's the point of counter? As long as he doesn't sketch you, it could work. He's definitely going to at least get one hit in, but that's a lot better than 3, so... I think it's a pretty good strategy. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do Vanish again. Come on, counterattack. Nope. You hate to see it. Okay, 1000 meters. Okay, we're probably gonna take a hit here unless we die. Felt like he took longer than I would expect, so we didn't end up taking any hits, which is surprising. I'm surprised he didn't get a hit in. He has been. But okay. Nice, counterattack. 43? Oh boy, thanks. Real helpful. He has not accepted Quina into his heart yet. No, he hasn't. Still working on that.
Amarant has 8,985 HP, so it shouldn't take too much more to kill him, surely.
His HP makes him the last boss we could one-shot with Limit Glove, because after Disc 2, the bosses all have higher HP than 9,999.
Counterattack, would you like to do anything? An actual real damage, please? Please? No? Surely he's feeling it. Go ahead, counter, Quina. It's very catchy. I'm running out of MP. Counter, 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 counter. I'm gonna be 1 MP short. It's not a spork, clearly that is a spoon, a fork-shaped spoon. Bruh. I'm gonna do high potion. I feel like we got into a bad rhythm. Can I please get a counterattack? Yes, let's go with the dodge. Hell yeah, Quina. Okay, that'll help. And then I'm not too worried about it. This time? Please, come on, pop off. At least we got 2 dodges. That's pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna do another 1,000 needles now that I've regained my composure here. Surely like 2 more of those and he's done. Okay, cool. Counterattack, counterattack. Come on, man. Dude. Don't hurt him. We're hurting him. Is he dead? I think the stuff went away. We got him. Let's go. Okay, that was an interesting fight. That was actually pretty interesting. Definitely not the norm.
Amarant wants us to kill him, but he doesn't seem to realize he tastes bad, so we're not interested. Later, he changes his mind, and the flaming Quirant decides to join us. We head back to the Iifa Tree to try to stop Kuja. There isn't much eventful here in terms of the run. We learned Angel Snack from the Mist Dawn enemies here, but that's about it, so we're gonna jump over to Disc 3. Now we're back in Alexandria, and we do a lot of walking around, picking up free stuff. We get the group all together minus Fork, Quinner, and Quina, and I buy us all twist headbands, which offer a small strength increase and the ability Gamble Defense, which randomly changes your defense from anywhere from 0 to double your current defense each time you're attacked. It's not useful at all really and mostly detrimental, but it could be kind of funny to use at some point. This group heads to Trino where we run into Quina, who is going through it. We win a Tetramaster tournament, get lore on Quiqui's Enlightened Q Grandpa, and go back to Dali for some treasure. We also decide to fight the weapon shop monster again. This is the Disc 3 monster, Catoblepis. Catoblepis has a lot of really hard-hitting attacks, and we get quickly taken out. We're once again too slow to open the fight with 1 HP and Limit Glove, but we do have the Vanish strategy I used for the Amarant fight, and that might just be our best bet.
I'm gonna try a level 4 Holy on him. He should be level 32 if he's the same as the other ones, but I don't really know. He's the same as the Catoblepis in the Overworld. It looks like he is. Still, our physical could probably be better than that. Okay, that actually works out well for me. Now I can do a Vanish again. I'll probably just go for physical. If only I could do a haste, that would be good. Yeah, it's kind of a sport. Okay, 1204 is great, actually. I'm probably gonna heal on this next turn then.
Queequee's goated! And the counterattack! Queequee, I love you! Oh my gosh, Queequee, you are amazing! I think White Wind will do it again. Queequee's got the moves, yeah! Queequee always hits that evasion, and I love it. Okay, another Thundara. That's okay, that's okay. 1204, that's great, Queequee. This Queen might do some damage. Maybe I'll do a pumpkin head if it really hurts. Come on, Queequee. Yes, Queequee! Amazing! 3 hits over 1,000. Oh my god, so lucky. So blessed. Queequee gets it done with level 4 Holy and some strong physical hits. After that, I synthesize a couple gold chokers, which half wind elemental damage and teach auto potion, as well as a reflect ring which teaches auto reflect. We find out Alexandria is under attack and we rush back to help. Somehow, these blue mages were able to summon Alexander to try to protect everyone from Bahamut. We're on our way to go help Fork, but we make a very reasonable pit stop to go fight Tantarian, the optional boss in the Library of Alexandria Castle. We don't have the most ideal group for this, since Quirant especially doesn't have many spells, but I believe. This boss is extremely hard-hitting, but I'm hoping our White Wind and Auto Life can keep up. Let's do... I think Quaya has Limit Glove, I hope. She better. She should have. I mean, she was with us. Damn, like she's just got shredded right through. What the hell happened? We missed. Early pops. Now's a good time for a pumpkin. I tried to take advantage of this to use Pumpkinhead, but I think we're starting to get to a point where it's not as good anymore. Our physical attacks really don't do much, so we're going to have to rely on spells like 1000 Needles. Quirant is kinda useless here since he doesn't have any good utility or attack spells. He's shredding us up and casting Doom on us, but so far we've been able to keep up with it. Four? Oh my gosh. You can't be serious. Frog Drop might be pretty good. I agree. 414, not too bad. Okay, I'm gonna do 1000 Needles. Perfect, thanks, King. Damn, 1300 damage? That's crazy. I'm putting Doom on everybody. Unbothered. Okay, yeah, that was pretty good. I've been found! Yeah, we found you. Put auto life on myself. Okay, Queequee died. Can we get that ATB going? Quirant can't even do a normal hit. Ouch! Here we go. Limit Glove. Limit Glove. Come on now. Come on now. Let's see it. This boss is so gimmicky. Yeah. Hell yeah. Hey, the first to survive, Limit Glove. The first survivor.
Isn't that something? Go, Queequeg, go! Dangerous dive. It's so long. We win? Hey, let's go! That was cool.
Our first double limit glove kill. Very nice. It's definitely cool to see how the Quinas can get through a battle like that with sheer utility and raw power. Killing Tantarian earns us a pair of running shoes, which not only gives us a nice speed stat boost, but teaches us the ability Auto Haste, which is going to be really helpful for us, so I'm super happy about that. After we save Fork, Alexandria gets pretty messed up and we end up in Lindblum. We finally get Quina back after they wash ashore and accidentally steal Gishal Pickles. Regent Sid tells us Kuja was spotted with black mages, and so the party decides to pay a visit to the Black Mage village to investigate. They get a boat ready for us and we're on our way. But it's been a minute, so we're going to go catch some frogs in the 3 marshes I can access first. Our frog catching earns us a bistro fork, which is a really nice upgrade. Inside this new marsh on Lennar Island, we can encounter anemone enemies who can be eaten to learn Bad Breath. They're super annoying to deal with, but Bad Breath is actually a very good move that we will get good use out of. It inflicts Confuse, Darkness, Poison, Slow, and Mini on one enemy with a base accuracy of 40%, which is a lot better accuracy than a lot of the blue status inflicting spells. We're able to get it on everyone despite their status effect shenanigans. Outside of the same marsh, there are Adamantis enemies who can be eaten to learn Earthshake, a decently powerful earth spell that inflicts damage on all enemies. Fork, Queequeg, Quidon, and Quina are all able to learn Earthshake as well. We're all set for now with the new spells. I also make a stop at the Lost Continent to get level 4 Holy with Quidon since he didn't learn it in Falsa Rue. After that, I do a bunch of Chocobo Hot and Cold and Chocographs. Then we head into the Black Mage village. They tell us Kuja's hideout is on the other side of the continent, so we head over to the desert. The nice thing about an all-blue mage run here is if we choose the wrong sandhole and run into an antlion, we can just insta-kill them all with level 5 death since they're all level 35. We finally get in and it was a trap. Kuja is holding our friends hostage and says he'll free them if we go to Oilavert and get him the Gulug Stone. Seems like a lie, but we go anyway. I opt to take Quaco, Quaya, and Quirant with me since, besides Quidon, this is the group that has the least amount of blue magic. So I feel less is lost with the fact that we can't use magic in Oilavert. Having a wide arsenal of spells will help the other group too, especially level 5 death because all the Desert Palace enemies are level 30 and can be instantly taken out by it. Before we could even leave, we get attacked by an ogre, and Quirant eats it for Matre Magic. We are taken to the Forgotten Continent, which has yet another Q's Marsh. Since Quina isn't here with us, we can't catch frogs here just yet, but we can learn Earthshake on Quirant from the Adamantises outside the marsh, as well as Bad Breath on Quaya from the anemones inside the marsh. On the overworld here, we have more Cactuars, Armstrong enemies which have Matre Magic, and Catoblepis and Jabberwocks with Limit Glove, so nothing too new, but it could be nice for Quaco and Quirant. These enemies are pretty tough, but luckily our new move Earthshake is pretty handy against them. Quaco is also able to learn Earthshake along the way to Oilavert. Very nice. We make it to Oilavert, and for anyone who's not familiar with this place, you really cannot use any spells here, blue magic included. So we'll have to rely on our regular attacks for damage and potions for healing. Luckily for us, there's a Mog shop right at the entrance that sells silver forks, a big attack upgrade for most of the party. We'll also pick up judo uniforms, egoist armlets, and green berets, mostly for the strength, defense, speed, and evasion increases. There's not really any exciting new abilities on them, but it's still a nice upgrade. Matre Magic, Angel's Snack, and White Wind are the learnable spells here, so we'll try to get them on Quirant and Quaco if we can. We got White Wind on Quaco, yay! Among other things, we can pick up a Power Vest and Gaia gear here, which are both decently useful. The former boosts strength, and the latter both absorbs earth elemental damage and strengthens it, which pairs well with Earthshake. We make it to the Gulug Stone without too much trouble. The enemies aren't that hard hitting in here besides the epitaphs insta-killing people, which wasn't too bad to manage. Before we can take the stone, we're attacked by the boss, Ark. Ark will be an interesting boss since it has a decent amount of HP and we can't use our usual tricks. It can inflict confuse on the whole party with its propeller wind, which is kind of concerning for us since our newest party members don't have clear-headed. It also has some pretty hard-hitting attacks like Boomerang, along with Photon, an attack which lowers its target's HP to 1.
We just suck at aiming. Attack. Photon.
Now you might see how this move could come back to bite it. With only 1 HP, we're all set to do a nice limit. Oh yeah, we can't use magic.
This might be a pretty challenging fight. Nice, that was a good hit. Because all we can really do is attack and use potions.
I'm really trying to stay on top of healing with potions since it keeps doing Photon, which leaves us really vulnerable for its attacks. We're getting a lot of hits that are on our low side of our damage variance, unfortunately, but there have been some higher hits in the mix, at least.
Uh-oh. I didn't guard against that? I thought I had it on everybody but 2. That's gonna be problematic. Of course. At least Quirant's got his mind on the mission. Hard to believe I'm hasted, honestly. Yeah, I guess I didn't put it on Quaco, which is interesting. I know I didn't have it on one of them, but this might kill us depending on what happens, I guess. Because now I'm in kind of like a bad spot. I don't really care if they die, I guess, but I just want to maintain my health here. And also, okay, Quirant's back. Okay, everybody's back. Good to know. Let's heal them first. Quaya's better to have, though. Okay, our person with the most health. This is a bit annoying. A bit annoying. Have her heal herself. 490, it sucks to get a roll like that. I mean, it could be worse, but... Okay, good. At least he missed.
Nice. Nice. Not the best hit though, sadly. Damn. Yeah, I figured that would probably kill him. Nice, that was a good hit, Quale. Let's go. Yeah, this is oil alert. Yeah, so all we can do is physical attacks because we don't have anything outside blue magic. Okay, good thing that we evaded that. Maybe revive Grant. We're gonna prioritize the healing. Quaco just killed herself. We shouldn't be affected by that. Gonna attack and have her. God, we keep getting shit rolls. It sucks because like he should be doing better than that. Okay. It's fine. Yeah, you wouldn't even think we had that on, would you? You really wouldn't, because that's the first time we've seen it in this entire dungeon.
We finally trigger a counterattack, which is nice, but we're not in a great situation right now with half the party down.
Quaya's probably dead. No, she lived. Okay, she's got trance. It's a waste of his turn. Just kind of focusing on these two right now because keeping them alive is more important than trying to revive the other people. To me, at least. And here it is. Okay, let's heal. That was a good hit. So that's what I've been hoping to get. But unfortunately, we have not been so fortunate. That's not good to have both those back to back. Oh god.
2 big attacks in a row, and now Quaya is the only one left standing. I opt to use an elixir so that I have a chance to do something beyond just heal after every attack he does, in hopes I can kill him or revive someone. The tricky thing is, anyone I revive could easily die to one of his attacks right away if he happens to do one instead of Propeller Wind or Photon. Unfortunately, that's exactly what's happening, but we've got to keep trying.
It's just every time he's hitting his hit right after. I mean, it's kind of just bad luck. It's just the classic thing. You try to revive somebody and then you get hit with that right after. I'm just trying to see if we can not get unlucky, preferably. He has haste on even. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, and that was the better person to use it on too. Thank you. Finally.
Now Quidan and Quaya are both up, and I'm hoping they can finish this.
I'm sure there's a good reason. But dang. Okay, good. We love to see that. 49? I said pull through. Are you listening? 49? Let's bring Corant back, I guess. Oh, okay, of course.
We should never bother trying to bring anyone back. That's what happens. Yo, the counterattack, the rare counterattack. Okay, nice. We actually got a good hit. I'd love to see that. This is just the duo, I guess. Whirlwind. Ugh, dude. Quit doing that shit. Let's go. I knew we had to have been close.
They did it! That was a tough one, but Quia and Quidan managed to get the job done. Quia, our lowest leveled party member, really helped to clutch that out. Now we go back to our friends at the Desert Palace, who, with Sid's help, have made it out. There's quite a lot of annoying status effects here, but as I mentioned earlier, level 5 death should be able to take everything out easily, except for the ogres who are only level 29. Still, we're going to equip the stones for clear-headed, loudmouth, and locomotion just in case, as the confused silence and stop will be pretty annoying if they get the chance to do it. They also have poison and sleep, so while those aren't as annoying, antibody and insomniac would be nice to have too. We can learn level 4 Holy, Vanish, Night, and Nature Magic here on anyone who needs it. Quinner is definitely behind on spells from not being in the party for so long, but unfortunately for him, we don't really need him to learn any of those, as they're not super important since I don't plan on using him much. Sorry, Quinner. We level 5 death most of the enemies without much trouble, working through the puzzles in this place until we make it to the end, where we're attacked by Valia Pira. All of its enhancements failed since we took care of everything, so we don't have to worry about any of that. This boss casts Reflect on itself, which is normally kind of annoying when here with mages, but since blue magic isn't reflected, we don't have to worry about that at all. Since the boss is level 36, both level 3 Defenseless and level 4 Holy are effective options, which is nice.
Auto life on. Weak. Let's see what's gonna happen. Firaga? He's probably gonna kill me. It wasn't that bad, okay. I don't know if it worked. Light wind. Let's do a level 4 Holy. Let's see what level 4 Holy does. Oh, it's pretty good. Cool. Reflect. Well,
we get the slow add status effect on the boss from our weapon attack. Very nice.
this better not. Nice. I don't really care if we die, whatever. Being serious. He can't bother me. It's funny. I'm so not used to those things happening. Getting a bit low when I'm pink. Oh, we died. We slaved. We didn't even need Lemon Glow.
We confront Kuja and poor Quaco is kidnapped by Zorn and Thorn. Now we chase them to the Lost Continent to save her. We make our way into Mount Gulug, which I'm excited to say has a pretty nice spell selection, including 2 new ones. Mustard Bomb, White Wind, Bad Breath, and 2 new spells, Frost and Twister, are all learnable here. Frost is a spell that inflicts freeze status on a target with 30% base accuracy. While freeze status is a pretty strong status, the base accuracy isn't as good as Bad Breath's 40%, so there aren't many cases to justify using it over Bad Breath. Still, we'll try to grab it anyway. Twister, on the other hand, can be a very powerful spell for us, especially against bosses and enemies that are weak to wind. Twister works in an interesting way. It does a random amount of wind elemental damage to all enemies, but this random amount is capped at 55 times the caster's level and magic stat added together. So currently, our highest level Q is level 34, with a magic stat of 34 as well, which would put the cap at around 3,740, but that's before even considering any elemental weaknesses. So against enemies with a weakness to wind is generally when this spell will be a powerful asset for us. Unfortunately, wind is a very common elemental weakness among enemies and bosses in this game. I decide to do a little frog drop power check since we did catch a lot more frogs recently. And nice, it's hitting for over 1k damage now, so it's officially surpassed 1000 needles in power. The red dragon mini bosses are who we can eat to learn Twister, but they are pretty strong, so getting them to an edible HP range while withstanding their damage is not easy. We get pretty destroyed by their hard-hitting attacks.
Alright, let's try this again.
I decide to try Bad Breath to try to stop them from damaging us as much. And eventually, it works. The only difficult thing is that they're now taking poison damage and sometimes hurting each other, so keeping track of the amount of damage done to both of them is quite hard. We clutch it out though and learn Twister on both Quidon and Queequeg, which is very nice. The next opportunity to learn this spell is in endgame areas, which we won't have as much use for it by then, so it's really nice to learn it early here. We eat the next dragon with Fork, and then when we encounter the last 2 dragons, I unfortunately forgot Fork already ate, so poor Quina goes hungry. I'm sorry, Quina. We also end up successfully learning Frost on Fork, so Fork was truly eating well in Mount Gulug. Further inside, we see Zorn and Thorn surrounding poor Quaco and trying to extract her blue magic. It doesn't work because they can't possibly comprehend a blue mage's power. Then Mog pops up to save her and we witness a miracle. A blue mage summoning. Truly, they can do it all. Then Zorn and Thorn fuse together to create Meltigemini, our next boss fight. For this fight, we can't make use of its weaknesses besides its susceptibility to status effects. We unfortunately have to use Quaco instead of Queequeg in this, which is a bummer since he has a lot of great spells.
That's what I'm always saying. I think it did. That was on everybody. It's not too bad, honestly. Oh no, the Vanish. Okay, so the Vanish went away before that. That's good to know. Okay, so I don't think I did that, but let's do needles. Maybe let's try Earthshake, just see what the vibes are like.
I decide to give Earthshake a try, and after seeing it consistently do around 2000 damage, I decide to roll with that rather than taking a chance on getting Bad Breath to work.
And then Quaco can deal with her own problems. His turn. Let's just revive her and see how that goes.
Because if we get 1 HP, that'd be sick. I think she has Limit Glove. I'm pretty positive she does. Yo, okay, keep her alive, please. Keep her alive. Keep her alive. Who are you doing that to? Okay, that's fine. We agree, we love it. Keep her alive. See. But Earthshake's putting in work. Probably doesn't have work for this world. I guess, yeah, we got Limit Glove. He doesn't die before, I think Limit Glove will definitely kill. But we'll see. Assuming it gets to go out. Might not. Oh, it's no. Dang, we're so close. We're so close. We're so close. But of course, that's what he had to do.
Everything goes pretty smoothly and Meltigemini is taken care of. After lots of story, we now have the airship and we need to go to Ipsen's castle next. Before that, I do a bunch of chocobo stuff and catch frogs at all the marshes, earning me battle boots from Master Quale and bringing my frog total to 57 frogs. We also get some Q lore and stop by Deguero where I synthesize a couple Glutton's robes for a nice defense upgrade. And I also pick up golden hairpins for the auto regen, coronet which nullifies wind elemental damage, and a demon's vest which boosts speed and strength. I make a frog catching trip to all the marshes again, bringing my new total to 77 frogs. Now I finally head to Ipsen's castle. This place is interesting because here, the lower your weapon's attack power, the higher damage it will do. So we actually want to put our old starting forks back on. This is also the first time we can learn the blue spell Doom from the veteran enemies. Doom is a spell that, as its name implies, inflicts the Doom status on a target, but its base accuracy is a low 25%. So as is the trend with a lot of these low accuracy status moves, it's usually not worth it. But there can be specific use cases. In addition to Doom, Auto Life and Mighty Guard can also be learned here, which is good for Fork since she still needs auto life. We shouldn't have too much issue here. The enemies can do some annoying attacks, but we are pretty well equipped to deal with it all. We end up successfully learning auto life on Fork. I try to get a veteran encounter, which takes forever. Finally, we're able to have Quidon eat one for Doom. We make it to a room with some mirrors, and then Taharka appears, ready to fight. This boss curls up when physically attacked, which greatly increases its defenses, making magic generally the better option. After my most recent frog catching trips, Frog Drop is powered up to do around 3k in damage now, which is pretty great. We also do a fun little bad breath since it can be poisoned and slowed. Taharka gets pretty destroyed, and then we head out. Before we head to the shrines, I take Quinner and Quaco out to learn Bad Breath and Frog Drop. I also take another frog catching tour around the world, bringing my grand total frogs captured to a big 95. Now we split up and head into each of the shrines, and we end up fighting Earth Guardian. This boss is unique in that it's the only boss that can be eaten by Quina. If eaten, Earth Guardian teaches Earthshake, a move we're well acquainted with by now. As you could probably guess, Earth Guardian uses a lot of Earth moves, but we can just avoid all of these by equipping Auto Float.
Alternatively, you could also have equipped the feather boots or Gaia gear and just taken the earth attacks in order to absorb them and heal. Earth Guardian is weak to a good handful of status effects, so I decided to use Bad Breath to try to greatly weaken him with some Darkness, Slow, and Mini. After that, we just do some frog drops and he's dead. I did actually want to eat him, but my frog drop did more than I expected and he died. Oh well. Before we go to Terra, we have a few things to take care of. We stop by Trino to fight the new weapon shop monster, Amdusius. We open with a Bad Breath and are able to successfully inflict Mini, Darkness, and Slow on it, giving us a huge advantage. We then quickly destroy it with frog drops, as it is now unable to do any substantial damage to us. Next, we make a trip to the marsh to catch more frogs, and at 99 frogs caught, Master Quale gives us our final test before we can go on to be the ultimate gourmand. Quale is a beefy boy with a lot of HP and a lot of status effects to dish out. Quale can also hit pretty hard physically as well, capable of killing a Q in one hit. To make this extra fun, I was not prepared for this fight, and my Qs do not have ability stones on for a lot of the annoying status effects like confusion, so we'll just have to deal with the chaos. We do in fact not deal with the chaos and get destroyed. We go back in, this time equipping abilities like Clear-Headed, Loudmouth, and Antibody to keep us safe from some of the most dangerous status effects he can inflict. It's pretty neat. Oh my god, yeah, that rolling attack does crazy damage. Holy crap. Why can it never just work the first time, man? Oh, he's starting off with Mini. Maybe he can sense. That's okay. Nothing wrong with being Mini. Another frog drop. Yeah, that shouldn't work. It shouldn't work. It shouldn't work. Nice. We'll fight him with our frogs. Get in. Just keep throwing frogs at him. We have to throw all the frogs that we've ever caught at this man. The power of the frog. It shouldn't work. It shouldn't work. Don't let him get to you. Now what the heck? Why did it say miss on Quidane? Now wait a second. Don't tell me I didn't put it on. I'm just pretty sure we had it on. Maybe they're just informing us that it would have not hit him, even if it would have worked. I hope. You can miss before it guards? Okay. Good. Good, good, good. They're scaring me. I think we have to heal a little bit. Country girls like to make sure. This time we're doing a lot better, shredding through his massive HP with some chonky frog drops. He's still hitting really hard, but White Wind and Auto Life help us manage his hard-hitting attacks. This is what he wanted us to do. He wanted us to catch all these frogs, so surely this is what he wanted. He wanted us to throw frogs at him. He probably likes it. Maybe he didn't like that comment that I said he looks so small, and so that's why he made us small. This is like, I look small? Who looks small now? You just look kind of tiny. You look like a little baby. And I'm waiting for that White Wind to hit. Yeah, I don't know. How much health does this guy have? Makes you wonder. We just love to experiment. you know? I can't help but engage with my experiments. It's like he knows. Okay, I do guard it. Okay, I love the confirmation that I did in fact put that on. That's good to know. He said update that Tinder profile now, Dali's. Uh-oh. Cool. That's the type of grind set we're on. I just love his animations. Thank you. Cool, cool. His dance is just so good. I love it.
He took Quina down with him, but we did it. Quale is defeated, and we now receive the ultimate fork, the Gastro Fork. The Gastro Fork has an attack power of 77, and its add status is stop, so it's pretty great. I do the rest of the Chocographs for some free stuff, and then we head to Shimmering Island. Here we end up in Terra. This place isn't that interesting blue magic-wise. We can learn Roulette and Magic Hammer here, which not all of us have, but neither of these spells will be very useful for us at this point. The enemies here are pretty annoying, with a lot of status effects, KO moves, and hard-hitting attacks. We make it to Brown Ball, where we can pick up Bistro Forks for the Qs who are still using Silver Forks. We also grab some Dragon Wrists, Adamant Hats, and some healing items. Dragon Wrists half Shadow Elemental damage, and Adamant Hats nullify Lightning Elemental damage, so they'll be pretty useful. We head into Pandemonium, where Quidon finds out he is not alone. He's thrown into one-on-one fight against Amdusias, who we're pretty familiar with from the Trino weapon shop.
Let's see who's more powerful, you or my frogs. This horse doesn't look like he's feeling well.
Looks like you need some help.
I don't even know who that is. Okay, it's Quaya. I'm like, who are you? That's so funny.
Can't you even take care of yourself?
That sounds like Quirant. The horse is legally dead.
Now Quinner and Quina have to fight an Abaddon, who is also inedible and not really noteworthy. He's weak to wind, so we'll have a little fun with Twister.
Whew. Twister popping up. That's what I was curious to see. And boy, did it. Okay, I'll just do another... I guess he could spare some. I'll do a frog drop then. And then I'm gonna do another Twister, because that really shredded him up. And you guys said bugs can just hide from tornadoes. It doesn't seem like it.
Next, Quidon has to fight a shell dragon, which is also inedible. We're definitely entering our frog drop era. Its power is so strong, there aren't many cases where it'd be better to use other spells. And since it's fixed damage, it won't be affected by defense or resistances. Now we make our way through Pandemonium, which has Twister, Bad Breath, and Earthshake available to learn here. We only need Twister on Fork and Quina. We have the other spells on everyone else already.
The enemies here are pretty strong. We have some of the enemies we just fought as bosses along with Marlboros, which can be pretty annoying. Luckily though, we're pretty strong and annoying too. Quina learns Twister, and then we catch up to Garland, who makes us fight Silver Dragon. Silver Dragon uses a lot of wind attacks, so we have our cornets equipped since they nullify wind elemental damage. Interestingly, Silver Dragon is also weak to wind, and we happen to have a strong wind spell, Twister. We open with Bad Breath and we're able to inflict darkness and slow on him. Then we blast him with Twisters. He also blasts us with Twister, but we kill him not long after. We get immediately thrown into another boss battle, this time against Garland. Garland has no weaknesses and has some pretty hard-hitting spells. He also uses Stop a lot, but luckily we have Locomotion equipped to deal with this. We enter the fight with Quina dead and Queequee with 1 HP. We take advantage of this to do a Limit Glove for a nice 9,999 damage, which is a solid quarter of his HP.
199 damage. Oh yeah. Bruh. Nice dodge, Madain. Let's go. I'm gonna use Faye on. There we go. Let's see if we can get some slow, perhaps. Slow, a lot of them are vulnerable too. Nice. He's getting a miss. Didn't say guard though. Not say guard. Let's see what we see here. Okay, that's fine, that's fine. Let's do a... Let's revive. Hopefully that Bad Breath does not miss. It missed. That's so funny! Really, really like that. Okay, we'll do a white wind. Okay, let's do another Bad Breath. Targeting Please. Smell it. Why does he refuse to smell it? Smell it, Stinky. Will I end up killing us to get him to smell our bad breath? Maybe I will. Smell it. Why do you refuse to smell? Yeah, I'm just gonna use Frog Drop. Fine. He's convinced me of this. Does that just kill people, or no? Okay, I'm begging you, sir. It smells really bad. Smell. Smell it. Does that just kill people? No. Okay. I'll just keep asking that. Did any of these just kill people? I think it worked. Okay, he also has blind and slow. Alright, Stinky. I'm gonna do White Wind. We're not feeling very generous. What's this? Ooh, a miss? Ooh, I'm sorry. Ooh. That's got to hurt. That's really embarrassing. And if he said something during that, that'd be even more embarrassing. Sorry, sweetie. We're just, you know, always on the move. You gotta keep up.
Now we have to fight Kuja. Kuja also has no weaknesses and casts some powerful spells. He is also susceptible to darkness and slow. We're just gonna crush him with a bunch of frogs.
Okay, Kui needs a little help here, so I'm gonna do some White Wind. My MP is in the trenches. I need to give him some ether. Kuja's level is 64. Okay, Mario 64 girly. 64. Not divisible by 5. Controversially. I think I'll do an auto life on Quina. And then give ether to... I guess let's see how far that ether goes. I guess, you know, I should already know that. Oh, ethers are good in this game. Hell yeah, actually. Shout out to these ethers. Those ethers are good. I spent all my MP trying to bad breath Garland, and it eventually worked, so... The lesson here is that I was right for it, and I will continue to do it. Please work immediately. Why does it never work immediately? Do they want me to be unhappy? That's fine. That's actually not really a big deal. Please work. Smell it, smell it. Oh, he smelled it. Okay, darkness and slow. The usual. Cool. Alright, let's start attacking him. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna stay on the frog drop meta. Right now it seems like our strongest option. Frog drop. He likes it. He really likes frogs. That's a little known fact about Kuja. He's a big frog lover. I mean, he is our brother after all. He may try to hide it, but he also loves frogs. Thundaga. Okay. Thundaga. Hey, you want to see this cool frog I just caught? Catch. I wouldn't do that though. It would be disrespectful to the frog. But we will keep showing it to him. Look at this cool frog I found. You got that reference? I'm glad. Cool frog. Hey, I also found a cool frog. Look at it. Like, what about Demi? I'm like, I don't really care, actually. What about this cool frog that I found? I found another cool frog. Do you want to see this frog? Hey, did you know that I really like frogs? Do you want to see a picture of my frog? Do you want to see this frog that I just caught? Hey, do you want to know about some frog facts? Frog fact number 1. I have a frog right now. Frog fact number 2. Frogs don't care if you electrocute them. Okay, yeah, they do, but we'll just pretend they don't. Frog fact number 3. My frog is cool. Ugh. These frog facts. He's turning into a frog.
Now we're back out in the overworld and on disc 4. We make our way around all the marshes and raise our frog total to 120. And then we head to Trino to fight the disc 4 weapon store monster. The disc 4 monster is a behemoth and it's quite strong. We equip Auto Potion to help us deal with its hard-hitting attacks, and we're going to try the Vanish strategy we used in the other one-on-one fights. We get unlucky and get taken out by a really hard-hitting attack from him, but we're gonna give it another go.
I could probably be wearing something else too. Just saying. Let's get a counter going. Nope, they hate me. Frog drop.
They hate me, man. They hate me. Let's do a vanish. Counter, counter, counter. The fact that I can counter during this and it's just not happening feels like a crime. See, it can be way lower like that. And that's much nicer. Only 888 or like, you know, 2,000 something. Just a bit much. Counter, counter, counter. What the hell, man? I know I put that on. The dodge! I'm gonna vanish just in case, even though I think we could get away with... We might be able to just kill it right now with the frog drop, but I'm not 100% sure if this one's the same as the other behemoths. Counter, 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 counter. I think we might kill him. I don't want to speak too soon, but... And we might die here, so we'll see. Uh-oh, he's still alive. Okay, well... Maybe we should be scared. He hit so hard! Yo, okay! Let's go, actually. That was so cool. I finally get the counter to like kill him after he does 2,400 to me. Oh my gosh. Nice. We're able to take him out and now we head to Vile Island. Vile Island is where the final friendly monster, the friendly yawn, can appear. The island also has level 72 regular yawns as random encounters here, and they are no joke. They're widely considered the strongest normal enemies in the game. Our strategy here is to have Insomniac on everyone so that we can use Night to put the yawns to sleep. Since Night has a pretty high accuracy, it's a reliable way to prevent the yawns from doing their moves that can easily kill us. Now here's the hard part. We don't have any moves that can one-shot the yawn while it's asleep since it has over 19,000 HP. And we don't want to attack it and wake it up, because we really cannot handle being attacked by these guys. So we want to rely on our status effects. The challenging thing here is, with the massive level difference, a lot of our status effects that already have low accuracy now have extremely low accuracy. Doom was my initial idea, since we could just wait for the countdown to kill them in their sleep. But Doom has around a 15% chance of working at our current level, which is not very good. I then try to go for a Mustard Bomb, which has around a 20% chance of working, and will kill the yawn as soon as it wakes up and tries to take its turn. We get it right away, nice. It's not gonna work. Oh, it worked! Oh, perfect, okay, well. Now we just wait for him to... Okay. I have a much harder time on the next couple of yawns, with them evading sleep multiple times and Mustard Bomb continually missing. I even try Matra Magic, which only has about an 11% chance of working, and am able to successfully land it on one of them.
Two hours later.
Perfect. We finally encounter the friendly yawn, but we're not here to give him the diamond. At least, not yet. We're here to fight him. This cute little friendly yawn is actually one of the hardest fights in the game. After not giving him a diamond after a set period of time, the friendly yawn uses its Ba attack, which is the strongest physical attack in Final Fantasy IX, with a base attack power of 158. This attack also happens as a counterattack every time the yawn is attacked as well. And to top it all off, it silences the entire party and isn't affected by slow. The friendly yawn is level 61 and has a massive 65,535 HP. I'm not entirely sure how to go about this, beyond trying to keep ourselves healed up with White Wind and using Frog Drop. Limit Glove would be nice, but since it would be really hard to come into the battle with 1 HP since it's a random encounter, all we can do is try to take advantage of the moments where we come back with 1 HP from Auto Life. We of course have Auto Haste, Auto Regen, and Auto Life equipped. One thing I realize is we need to be more careful about the counterattack Ba attacks. He does Ba attacks normally, but he also counters everything with it too, so it might be better to spend more turns healing. Since our frog drops are doing about 7.5k damage each, we need at least 9 frog drops to kill it. Okay, Fork's dead. Come on, Fork already died. Okay, let's do White Wind. 4. We're able to get 4 out. I'm not sure if everybody's died. Okay, yeah, Kui and Queen. Over and over we die, each time getting out slightly more frog drops than the last, but still falling short of the required 9. I decide to give Mighty Guard a try, since it could help mitigate the massive damage. Luckily, since the friendly on is friendly, we have time to put Mighty Guard on at the beginning without having to worry about being attacked. I feel like it already took forever for us to do the frog drop there. Okay, 1. Have to wait for the white wind to happen. Two. Mighty Guard is a huge help. The damage is much more manageable. The hardest part just becomes being able to heal at the right moments, since we don't exactly know when he will attack, but we know he will counterattack everything. The way ATB works in this game doesn't help, as we don't want the ATB rolling without choosing an action, but with the spells coming out so much later than when we choose them in the menu, it can be difficult to know how much we'll need to heal. We're just going to try to play it safe and overheal just in case, as we've died too many times to the damage before. Pretty sure I have a white wind queued up. Okay, let's reapply Mighty Guard. Shit, he's doing it again. Well, okay. We might. It's hard to tell because it's like, I don't know when he's gonna start just randomly doing it, you know? Like, ugh. Let's see, it's a little dangerous. That's number 6. Okay, okay. Let's go, girlies. I think I had 2 white winds in there. Maybe it was just 1. Yeah, I had 2. Worried about Quina. God, our spells are just so behind. It's so annoying. I think Quina was the one putting Mighty Guard on too, unfortunately. Okay. Let's do 8. Quina might die. We'll see how much Mighty Guard helps here. No, we're okay. Shout out to Mighty Guard. Okay, this is number 9 then. I'm gonna go for it. We'll see. Waiting for my spell to come out, please. That's number 9. I think we should kill it. Let's go! We did it! Okay, Mighty Guard was good. Yes, that was a good call.
We have now successfully beat one of the hardest fights in Final Fantasy IX with a party of all Quinas, and they didn't even have max damage frog drop yet. But don't worry, we did find the little guy again to apologize and give him the diamond. Now it's time to go fight the round guy, Ozma. This is actually my first time fighting Ozma. So we initially go in with no idea of what to expect, and immediately upon entering, we get hit with an unlucky meteor that instantly kills everyone. Even when Auto Life revives them, Curse then takes them out too. A pretty great introduction to this boss. Ozma is level 99 with 55,535 HP, so less HP than the Yawn at least. It uses Meteor, which does a random amount of non-elemental damage to all targets, and as you can see, is entirely capable of killing us all from full health if we get unlucky. It also uses Curse, which inflicts massive non-elemental damage, as well as the status effects Confuse, Poison, Slow, Mini, and Darkness to the whole party. We want to make sure we have at least Clear-Headed and Auto Haste on to deal with this. It also uses Doomsday, which is a strong shadow spell that hits everyone, so it's good to have equipables that absorb or nullify shadow on some of our party, but not all, because Ozma will not use this move and will instead use Meteor more if the whole party absorbs or nullifies shadow damage. Ozma can also use Holy, which is basically the same as Doomsday, except holy damage instead of shadow. Additionally, it can restore its HP to full and cast Berserk on anyone, which we really can't do anything about. It has other annoying things it can do, like insta-kill us with death, which we also can't do anything about besides having Auto Life on. With all that in mind, there's a fair amount of RNG at play here that we'll just have to deal with. We start off with a Mighty Guard to help mitigate the damage. 2 of us are a level that is divisible by 4, which is actually kind of good for us because getting it to use level 4 Holy is much better than many of the alternatives.
Okay, interesting. Kiraga? What the hell? You're already worried? Yeah, that's good. I mean, you just basically cured for the amount of damage we did, so that's a bit rude, but... Uh-oh. Oh no, okay, here it comes. We'll get to confirm, because the other 3 are at full health. Is this just gonna... like, yeah, what the hell, dude? Okay, it did do different amounts, though, it seemed.
Unfortunately, we get hit with another Meteor Curse combo that did more damage than max HP we even had. So, we die again. just want to try and see what I can figure out of this guy without checking for specifics first. Because it's kind of fun to try to figure it out, you know? What is he gonna do? Doomsday? Or what is this? It's just like a hard-hitting attack.
We do a Mighty Guard again. Then heal up from its first attack. We get hit with Minion Darkness, which is fine since it won't affect our spells.
Death. Okay, no, it looks like we're okay. That must just be the Venom? Yeah, because I'm the only one with that. Okay. He does seem to cast like right away. Berserk? It missed. Interesting. How our chances are looking for that. Low for Holy. Okay. I guess we can see how the Absorb is going to work. That wasn't bad.
Quidon gets berserked, but we're just going to work with it rather than try to get rid of it.
He is berserked. Guess we can't really avoid that. Kiraga, okay. It looks like Mighty Guard wore off. He might be countering too. Wow, okay, he's healing a lot. Is he scared? No, he's going again. Flare? Not really sure how this is gonna hit. Probably good. Oh wow, okay.
Queequee gets blasted by a flare, but we have auto life, so we're still in this. We're trying to stay focused on healing, and it looks like Ozma is too. We're seeing a lot of Kiragas, which I'll take, honestly.
But, okay, what's he doing? He's curing again? Interesting. Now what? He's cursing? Okay, that's the status effects again. He turned us back to being large. Gonna do White Wind. Poor Queequee has really been getting picked on. God, our moves are like so far behind. We'll bring Queequee back. We'll see how it works out for him. Flare Star? This looks scary. What is this? Okay. I don't think we used the Phoenix down yet, did we? No. Okay, well that's good. I mean, that was hard hitting for sure. We're gonna wanna heal up here. Let's reapply Mighty Guard. Oh, what's he doing? Oh, he's curing. Okay, good. Same. We basically have one Quina out of this. Okay, let's see that cure hit. Oh, here goes Meteor. Yeah, so Meteor, it feels like could just be run ending.
We get blasted by a meteor, but luckily 2 people survive this time, so we're still in this.
What are we realistically... You know, that was a bit much there. So finally we got some lower rolls. Shockingly. But
Jeez. It definitely is random.
We get fortunate that it casts level 4 Holy while I'm trying to revive and heal.
Let's use one. It's gotta be like a better version of it or something, you know? Surely there's gotta be something to it. Full health or something? No? Hopefully Queequeg's not the one targeted. Okay, shout out. Let's go. I'll do White Wind. I guess Fork had already died. Auto life. He's doing it again. He did it again, didn't he? Should be okay, surely. Okay, let's do White Wind. Let's try Frog Drop, if I may. Honestly, we should be getting that Mighty Guard back on, but oh, he's using regular Holy. Okay. Not sure what to think of that. What's gonna happen there? Okay, that wasn't very good. I mean, it's good, fine, but compared to everything else, we like that. I need to get that one back up. The way he just stares. Okay, he's curing. We'll see if he lets me get the White Wind out. I honestly don't know. Okay, he's letting me. Cast auto life on her. Oh, he's doing death. Okay, well. Oh no, is he doing it on Fork? Oh, he's doing it on Quina. I think Quina hasn't died, I hope. No, Quina had died. Man. We tried. Phoenix down. I mean, it does suck knowing that, like, if he just does a meteor, he can just and get a bad roll. Like, that's it. I do. But country girls make do. We do indeed. He's getting to go again? Goddamn. You just win. It's fine. It's fine. Casting auto life myself. Aww. It's Mama Q with the babies. That's so sweet. How precious. Okay, let's do Frog Drop. Uh-oh. He's got other ideas. That might not be good for the family. I wasn't able to get the other White Wind out soon enough. Yeah, that's a little... Jeez, that's almost like 3,000. Oh gosh, that poisoned and regen. They're battling right now.
We're losing people, but we're still able to keep up with the damage with auto life and White Wind. Right now, I'm feeling pretty lucky that we've only seen one meteor so far and one berserk.
It's Quina and their little babies. This guy is definitely eating up my MP right now. I can tell you that much. Are you sure you don't want to cure? Our casts are like so behind. It's like I don't even know if I needed to heal that much. I don't know. I think I just did 2 White Winds, but hard to keep track. Maybe I did 3. I just might have. Okay, a Frog Drop. Great. Oh, he's curing. Okay. Cool, I can rock with it. We're like choosing this stuff just so ahead of when it actually happens in the battle. So it's kind of annoying.
feel like we'll probably need a heal at that point. Surely. I'm sorry if I'm missing anything, guys. I'm locked in. Did I win? Did I win? Okay. Really? We're goated, I fear. Okay, because that was like the first real run that I actually had a chance and I didn't get Meteor, like, you know, that was over my HP on everybody, so... Okay, let's go! That was great, honestly. I feel really lucky that we only got one Meteor and never saw it fully restore its HP. One super boss done. We make one last frog catching trip, ending with a grand total of 173 frogs captured. Now we fly to the Iifa Tree for the endgame. Here, our first fight is against Nova Dragon. Nova Dragon has some hard-hitting wind and water spells, but we shouldn't have an issue because we have 3 ribbons, which absorb wind and water damage. Our frog drops are now really close to max damage, so we're blasting this Nova Dragon pretty hard. We hit him with a bad breath to get some darkness and slow going. Get to see Fork's epic frog drop. Hell yeah. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, that wasn't that big of a deal. Regen would take care of the healing there for Quina. Well, he had a bit of a rough time in there, I'd have to say. Wasn't going very well for him. Nice. Now we're in Memoria, and there's lots of strong enemies here, and we want to have locomotion and body temp equipped to avoid getting stopped and frozen. But other than that, we should be alright. Here you can learn Doom, Angel Snack, Frost, Level 5 Death, Mustard Bomb, Auto Life, and Twister. All spells that we have already, but we don't have them all on everyone, so we could do some last minute learning. Now the Guardians are back, and we quickly destroy them. Our frog drops are now doing 9,999 damage, so they aren't really a problem. Before we fight the last couple Guardians, we have another super boss, Hades. Hades is level 92 and has 55,535 HP. He also uses Doomsday and Curse like Ozma. Additionally, he can also reduce a party member's HP to 1, as well as inflict freeze and heat. We're going to want to equip Egoist Armlets on everyone to nullify the shadow damage and make sure we have at least body temp, clear-headed, and auto haste on to protect us. We're also going to want auto regen and auto life equipped to help us stay alive. Alright, we'll see how this goes. Scary. He's just sitting in his chair.
But what? You've defeated Ozma? I've come too far to retreat.
Onward. He's like, wait a second. Wait a second, guys. I didn't realize that you guys were doing all that. He's hitting us pretty hard. Okay, he's doing a reflect. We're gonna start off with a Mighty Guard after healing up. His Judgment Sword misses, and then he's kind of just using Cleave over and over. He's quickly taken down with frog drops, and that's another super boss down. I think he's dead. He's kind of a pushover. He didn't really do much. We take out the next couple Guardians, and then we have to fight Deathguise. Deathguise can also use Meteor, like Ozma, so it is also capable of one-shotting us. Our ribbon should help absorb the wind damage,
But other than that, he has hard-hitting physical attacks and death spells.
Who are you? Meteor? Put that away. You kidding me? Surely it'll be nothing. Oh, okay. Okay, that was unfortunate. That was doubly unfortunate that was the person that literally just died. Okay. I guess I'll try to come back from this. It's gonna be annoying. As are most things. Do White Wind. And Phoenix down on Quina. Stop hitting me. And then we'll do White Wind. And then I'll do a Frog. Then I will do an auto life. Ouch. Then I will do a frog drop. Another frog drop. And then I will do Bad Breath just for funsies. Sure if he's gonna like that though. He doesn't like people having fun. It bothers him. But you know, if we have too much fun, it might end up just killing us. But if the bad breath works, it'd be like, oh, that's so cool, wouldn't it? Oh, it worked! Yeah, he got slowed. Okay, good. I love when it works, you know, it just feels so nice. Like, hell yeah. I want to eat him. He looks very appetizing. No, he doesn't. He doesn't, but we can pretend. Okay, seems to be his fave. He really enjoys going for that. He's probably thinking the same thing about me with the frogs. I think mine's a bit better though, sir. I think we won. Let's go. With frogs. You should have spent more time in the marshes.
Now it's Kuja's turn. Kuja uses a lot of spells, so we start off with a Mighty Guard for the shell.
See if that worked. Didn't look like it. Flare. Ouch. Okay, it actually didn't hurt that bad. Just saying, it wasn't that bad. Kuja, smell my breath, please. Does it smell good or no? I need to know. That's everybody. That one was pretty hard hitting when Ozma used it. I think Ozma used it. Let's see. Okay, yeah, that took some big chunks for sure. He's not giving us a break. Okay, he's attacking Quina though, who got hit like the hardest. Or I mean, who's the only one who didn't get hit. Is what I meant to say. The opposite.
He really isn't able to do much to us as he gets crushed by frogs to death.
I think putting Mighty Guard back on would be a good thing. FF11 propaganda. This is an FF11 propaganda stream, yes. There's a lot of stuff that just helps you get XP like crazy. Yeah, all that, and he didn't really do much. Hey, the slow wore off. What the hell? Why is it on caps? I mean, yeah, it's not bad for you. It's good for you. I don't know why White-Winded. I guess, I don't know. That might have been from a while ago. At the time, there was a need. The need is no longer in the room with us. Ultimately. Where'd you learn that spell? He climbed the tower.
Now we fight the final boss, Necron. Necron is notorious for its status effects, so we're going to equip as many status effects preventing abilities as we can going into this fight. We open with a Mighty Guard. Necron misses his attack, and then we start with the frog drops.
Okay, we can handle that, I think. Okay, I don't know how much better his is than Kuja's. Okay, it's basically about the same. Yeah, more of that. More of that.
He spends one of his turns casting Shell, which is great since it's not going to help him against us.
Yep. I felt it. I'm like, wait. Why can't I do anything? Well, I don't know if I'm gonna have any ability to do anything after this. So, I don't know, but I guess I will just start. Chance, now we can eat it! Hooray! Sarah, be gentle. Okay, so we're out here killing people. We got Doom as well. That's okay though. It's okay. It's alright. Nobody worry. Nobody. Are you a zombie? Kind of looking like a zombie. That was right. I guess that queen is gonna die. Did I win already? No freaking way. Could it be? Please? Please. Okay, that feels so good.
After Grand Cross, before we can even deal with the status effects, we kill him with a frog drop, bringing us to the end of the first ever All Quina run of Final Fantasy IX. What a journey. You wouldn't believe the amount of people that came in during this run to say it's ridiculous because Quina is so bad, which couldn't be further from reality. Many people who never figured out how blue magic works or didn't understand the damage variance of the fork weapons mistake Quina to be a weak character, but Quina is very strong, both in damage output and utility. This run certainly had its fair share of challenges, but it was really fun to see what it's like to play this game with only blue mages. There are multiple parts of the game we went through that Quina normally isn't even available during, which made things really interesting. It was cool to see how many blue spells are available throughout the entire game as well. Even though a lot of blue spells in this game are significantly weakened by ridiculously low accuracy, we still used a pretty wide variety of spells throughout the run. I hope you enjoyed being a part of this adventure, and if you're curious about giving it a try yourself, feel free to from the link in the description. Definitely let me know what you think and what your experience is like if you give it a try. As a Quina fan, this was such a fun experience, and I can't wait to do another challenge run like this. Thanks so much for watching, and if you enjoyed, feel free to subscribe to support the channel. Have a great one, and I'll see you next time.